Good morning and welcome to the Mary MacKillop College Celebration of Excellence for 2020. Parents, friends, staff, our young women and invited guests, each of you is an integral part of this MacKillop community, and it is a delight to be together today in celebration. As we gather to celebrate the 2020 achievements within our college, we remind you to switch your mobile phones to silent, and we also remind you that in the event of an emergency, please exit via the side doors onto the oval. For your convenience, bathrooms are in the corridor near the foyer. First aid is also located in the foyer should it be needed. To commence our celebrations today, I invite Georgia Bishop from the Titter Girls to lead us in an acknowledgement of country.
My name is Georgia Bishop, and I'm a proud Turrbal woman. Today, as we acknowledge the traditional owners of the land which we gather, the Turrbal people, we recognise their unbreakable connection to the land. We honour their formal traditions and remember the important historical source of the teachings they pass from generation to generation. As we gather to share in community, may we respect the endless knowledge forever embedded in the Aboriginal custodianship of country.
This school year has been like no other in the history of education. Words like remote learning, Microsoft Teams, and homeschool have changed our ways of working and challenged each of us. This impact has been felt by each of us in a magnitude of ways, but for the graduating class of 2020, this impact has reached far and wide. The Year 12s of 2020 are not new to historic events that have been hallmarks of Queensland's secondary schooling, as they were the first Year 7 secondary class in 2015. They will be the first class to graduate with the new ATAR ranking, the new QCE, and external assessment in 2020. And they are the first Queensland class to experience 6 years of high school from 2015 to 2020. Tonight, they will join with their families in person and virtually to graduate from Mary MacKillop College and begin their preparations for their external exams. Their stories will forever be ours, and today we prepare to write their final chapter. We welcome our Year 12s of 2020 into the conference centre, led by our college captains and the student leadership team, as our college choir sings our entrance song, We Are. Our theme this year has been vision, and as we prepare to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Mary MacKillop's canonisation, we are called to vision with fresh courage.
2020, a year of challenge, resilience, solidarity, and courage. 2020 reminded us of what is important: people. The summer bushfires tested our resolve as a nation, and COVID-19 questioned our resilience as human beings. As a MacKillop community, we have stood tall in this time of uncertainty. We have remained true to our Josephite legacy and have been people who bring light to the world. We adapted to change, overcame obstacles, and continued to persevere through an unpredictable year. We were forced to look at the bigger picture, to find comfort in the unknown, and to step up to the challenge. But we continued to grow and learn as MacKillop women. Living by our college motto of "My faith is my light," we have been encouraged to be a beacon of hope during these times of uncertainty and to stand together stronger than ever. We have found new ways to be people of justice and action, sending cards and care packages to healthcare workers, nursing homes, and emergency responders. This year, being women of vision, we had a driving purpose and worked tirelessly to bring our own visions to life. When we dared to dream and envision our future, we allowed ourselves to bring our goals to life. We paved our own paths and allowed ourselves to be guided by our passions, whether that be through creative, academic, service, or sporting pursuits. As MacKillop women, we are encouraged to embody the values of both Mary MacKillop and the Sisters of St. Joseph, who inspired an equality of opportunity, dignity of each person, and a great trust in God. Each of these attributes guided us on our journey through the year as we envisioned our hopes and dreams for the future. Mary MacKillop wrote in 1877 to take fresh courage in times of struggle, which we have endeavoured to live out in 2020. This year allowed each MacKillop woman to redefine what it means to be a resilient and self-directed learner, quickly adapting to new ways of learning, teaching, and engaging in everyday life. This year, we came together as a community, united under one vision, a vision in which each MacKillop woman had the power to lead others to life through their encounter and dialogue. Driven to live our lives inspired by the teachings of Mary MacKillop and under the guidance of our parents, teachers, the student leadership team, and the college leadership team, we have been encouraged to live by these words through our encounter and dialogue. We have been asked to guide others in all aspects of our lives to be the best they can be. We have continued to strive towards success, take the time to show our gratitude, and connect with those in need. We were asked to be women of resilience, being courageous in the pursuit of our goals. We were led to be women of purpose, motivated to be a positive change in the world, and we were called to be women of solidarity in these times of challenge. Each of the women we will celebrate today have continued to envision what is possible for themselves and had the strength to embrace the many challenges that laid ahead for them. These women have embodied the true representation of what it means to be a MacKillop woman in 2020. Whilst 2020 isn't quite the year we visioned, there is still much to be grateful for and much to celebrate. Today we celebrate those who have stood up and stood out in a time of change and uncertainty. But more than this, we celebrate you. The Mary MacKillop College community, we are stronger together. 2020 has reminded us to fight injustice with solidarity, to spread love and not hate, and to be the positive change we want to see in our world. Each of you is part of the Mary MacKillop College story and MMC part of yours. We stand on the shoulders of those who have come before us today, and as we acknowledge the triumphs and tribulations of 2020, we remember the pages of history written long before our time and acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land.
St. Mary MacKillop was canonised on the 17th of October 2010, 10 years ago on Saturday. So as we gather as a college community today, we reflect on the life of Mary MacKillop and give thanks for her life and holiness. Mary MacKillop is a woman whose life encourages us to take fresh courage. Her perseverance in the face of adversity came from her deep desire to live in and for God. We too are called to be like Mary MacKillop in times of vulnerability and insecurity. We are challenged to live with a courageous heart. As we gather in prayer today, we share moments and reflections from the life of Mary MacKillop. We invite you to gather around for story time as we pray as one Josephite community, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Take on fresh courage with joy. We remember Mary MacKillop, born on the 15th of January 1842, and ask her to pray with us today. Born in Fitzroy to Alexander and Flora MacKillop, who were new immigrants to Australia, Mary was the eldest of 8 children. While her youth was spent gaining comprehensive education, mainly from her father, her family was frequently in financial difficulties and often without a home of their own. They found themselves reliant on friends and relatives for support. The generosity extended to the family and the difficulties they experienced helped shape the young Mary's ideals and expectations. Despite the fact that Mary and her family were poor, she found great joy in spending time with her siblings and parents. Take on fresh courage with joy. Bless us with birthday-like joy that seasons our celebrations with friends and family, and make us conscious of those who live with hardship. Take on fresh courage with joy.
Take on fresh courage with empowering love. We remember Mary MacKillop receiving her teaching qualification in 1863 and beginning work in Portland, and we ask her to pray with us today. Mary MacKillop understood the value and influence of education at an early age. Homeschooled by her well-educated father in her early years, she showed his keen intellect and accurate memory. She was challenged by the discrimination, displacement, and poverty experienced by her family and migrants in this era. She learnt that in the Australia of her time, the only pathway out of poverty was education. Armed with a fierce respect for others' dignity, a heart of solidarity and empathy, and with education as her tool, she set about empowering people in greatest need. Take on fresh courage with empowering love. Bless us with tenacious hearts, wings to lift others up, feet of untiring service, and a love that does not grow weary of doing good. Take on fresh courage with empowering love.
Take on fresh courage with trust. We remember when Mary MacKillop first dressed to show that she wanted to be a sister. We ask her to pray with us today. After years of planning, the big day finally arrived, St. Joseph's Day, the 19th of March, 1866. Mary MacKillop left home that morning wearing a black dress and changed her name to Sister Mary, signifying the very beginning of her journey with the Sisters of St. Joseph. Mary was teaching in a Catholic school in Penola with her sibling sisters Annie and Lexi. A migrant from London, Blanche Amsnick, who had converted to Catholicism and been expelled by her family, was drawn to Mary's vision and to the school. Blanche joined the fledgling order and was known as Sister Frances Xavier. Soon, other women joined Mary MacKillop and Blanche, and the Sisters of St. Joseph were born. Take on fresh courage with trust. With vision for the good, bless us, gracious God. With trust in your call, bless us, gracious God. With faithfulness in commitment, bless us, gracious God. With love and responsibility, bless us, gracious God. Today, tomorrow, and into the future, take on fresh courage with trust.
Take on fresh courage with confidence. We remember Mary MacKillop on the day of her excommunication on the 22nd of September 1871 and ask her to pray with us today. After her excommunication, Mary wrote to Father Julian Tennyson Woods about the experience. I felt confused, lonely, and bewildered. It was an intense relief when the bishop ordered me to kneel down. I do not know how long I knelt there, facing the bishop and 4 priests with all my sisters standing round. I really felt like one in a dream. Later again, she wrote, "I do not know how to describe the feeling, but I was intensely happy and felt nearer to God than I ever felt before. The sensation of the calm, beautiful presence of God I shall never forget. Take on fresh courage with confidence. God, be with us. Bless us with a deep confidence in your presence, with sincere generosity, and with courage and humility, as we share our lives and gifts in your mission. Take on fresh courage with confidence." Take on fresh courage with strength. We remember Mary MacKillop as she arrived in Rome in 1873 to seek approval for the rule and ask her to pray with us today. Mary's words to the sisters in 1874, "Courage, courage, trust in God who helps you in all things," coming from her own experience. She had courageously traveled to Rome alone the year before, arriving on the 11th of May, 1873. She carried with her the necessary documents she had prepared for the Vatican officials in order to get the Josephite rule approved. This included was a formal letter to Pope Pius VI, stating that without the protection of Rome, her newly founded Congregation of the Sisters of St. Joseph was vulnerable to takeover by bishops. Her task to convince the church authorities was Herculean but necessary, and Mary found friends along the way who advised and encouraged her. Take on fresh courage with strength. Grace us with audacity. Encourage us with solidarity. Grace us with connectedness in the loving communion of the life on earth. Take on fresh courage with strength.
Take on fresh courage in leading. We remember Mary MacKillop as she was elected Mother General at the first General Chapter of the Institute in March 1875 and ask her to pray with us today. Mary had gone to Rome hoping that she would return with a decree of approval of the rule for the Institute. It would solve the problem of the opposing viewpoints, in particular around central government. The Holy See, while upholding the principle of central government, asked that the rule may be trialled for a number of years before it was given approval. So Mary returned to Australia and put the Holy See's directives into practice. Mary was elected the first Mother General and formally took on the leadership of the congregation. As she had feared, outside forces objected the revised rule, and as the leader, she was challenged to develop the courage, wisdom, clear-sightedness, counsel, and steadfast of good leadership. Take on fresh courage in leading. Bless us with a deep sense of servant leadership, with courage and trust in the face of difficulties, and with leaders of integrity in this time of upheaval and crisis in our world. Take on fresh courage in leading.
Take on fresh courage with compassion. We remember Mary and her family hearing the news of their mother Flora's death by shipwreck on May 30, 1886. Mary heard the terrible news that her mother Flora had drowned when the ship she was travelling on from Melbourne was wrecked near Eden on the New South Wales coast on the 30th of May, 1886. Flora, an active 79-year-old, was on her way to assist with a charity fundraiser for the Providence Home for desperately poor women and children in Sydney. Her death brought shock and great sadness, especially for Mary, who was eagerly awaiting her arrival. Take on fresh courage with compassion. There is a time for everything, a season for every purpose under heaven, a season to be born and a season to die, a season to plant and a season to harvest, a season to hurt and a season to heal, a season to tear down and a season to build up, a season to cry and a season to laugh, a season to mourn and a season to dance. Take unnecessary fear from us, and in its place, pour trust and hope, joy and life in us, till overflowing. take on fresh courage with compassion.
Take on fresh courage with patience. Remember that Mary MacKillop suffered from a stroke when she was 59 years old, which left her wheelchair bound. We ask her to pray with us today. Mary had suffered from ill health much of her life. When she was in New Zealand, she was advised to go to the mineral baths in Rotorua to relieve her pain and stiffness of arthritis. It was there that Mary suffered a massive stroke on Sunday, 11th May 1902. At this time, there were grave doubts about whether she would survive. She recovered enough to return to Sydney. From this time on, through confined in a wheelchair, she reflected and prayed upon and produced her most inspired writings. Take on fresh courage with patience. Bless with us patience, endurance, resilience, understanding, calmness, and the ability to let go. Trusting in your living, presence in with us always, loving God. Take on fresh courage with patience.
Take on fresh courage with faithfulness. We remember the death of Mary MacKillop in Sydney on the 8th of August 1909 and ask her to pray with us today. The Archbishop of Sydney, Cardinal Moran, visited Mary just before she died to give her the last rites of the church. As he was leaving, he told two of the sisters that he felt as if he had been administering at the deathbed of a saint. Mary was buried in Sydney's historic Gore Hill Cemetery. Today, a memorial marks the spot where she once lay. 5 years after her death, her body was transferred to the newly built Mary MacKillop Chapel in the grounds of the North Sydney Convent, where she last lived. Take on fresh courage with faithfulness. Mary MacKillop reminds us, we are all but travellers here. Bless us with faithfulness, loving God. Take fresh courage with faithfulness.
We remember Mary MacKillop's canonization in Rome in 2010 and ask her to pray with us today. Long before Mary MacKillop was canonized in Rome on the 17th of October 2010, she was a saint. She knew that being a faithful follower of Christ meant living a holy life, a life filled with love. She wrote to her mother Flora in 1870, "Dearest Mama, do you try now in real earnest to be a saint? You may smile at my question, but our dear God wants you to be one." Throughout her life, she encouraged her sisters to make life better for people, with faith, education, hope, and love, especially in the poorest and most neglected parts of God's vineyard. At Mary's beatification, Pope John Paul II encouraged us all to think of Mother Mary MacKillop and learn from her to be a gift of love and compassion for one another, for all Australians and for the world. Take on fresh courage with hope. With listening ears and open hearts, Spirit of hope breathe in us and through our world, so that in these uncertain times we will have enough courage to participate wholeheartedly in making our world a better place. Take on fresh courage with hope. Take on fresh courage. This weekend, Josephites around Australia and the world will join for the Hour of Courage. We join with other GEM schools in Australia and New Zealand by gifting each of you with a special anniversary prayer card. Can we please invite you to pick up your prayer card and join in the prayer? Creator God, we thank you for the life and canonization of St. Mary of the Cross MacKillop. She taught us that you understand us better than we understand ourselves. May we trust as Mary did, being mindful of your loving presence in all we do. Living today with Mary's words, leaning on you and trusting in your providence. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen.
My name is Helen O'Rourke, and I take great pleasure in being your host for this event today. On this day, we recognise dedication and achievement in the academics, social justice, arts, cultural and sporting arenas of Mary MacKillop College. Today we celebrate in a way like never before. We have all of our students present, with our families watching us over the live stream and with physical distance between those who are present. Despite this physical distance, we know a MacKillop education connects us all. We therefore welcome all of you, parents and family members, students and staff, as we celebrate our achievements and accomplishments over the past year. We are delighted to have all of you with us. We are also very pleased to welcome our special guests today. Dr. Paul Thornton, Head of School Progress and Performance, Brisbane Catholic Education. Ms. Leanne Linnard, MP, Local Member for Nudgee. And Dr. Andrew Papademos, School of Business, Australian Catholic University. I now invite our Acting Principal, Mrs. Tracy Williamson, to the stage to offer her reflections on the year. Following this, Mrs. Christine Clark will offer her 2020 Principal's Address.
Good morning, distinguished guests, parents, both in front of us and online, students and staff. It is a privilege to stand here with Mrs. Christine Clark to deliver our shared Principal's Address on this very special 2020 celebration of excellence. It is special for a number of reasons. Firstly, it is happening in a year that has been tumultuous, challenging, and disappointing for so many. We can be grateful and celebrate that we are able to come together today. Secondly, as you know, it is momentous because this Saturday marks 10 years since Mary MacKillop's canonisation, and we recognise and feel her legacy more strongly than ever. When Mary MacKillop and her warrior Sisters of St. Joseph arrived to a humid, hot, and mosquito-plagued Brisbane on New Year's Eve in 1869, little did they know that 150 years down the track, Mary's thriving community in Nunda would be acclaiming her indescribable change to the world through their annual celebration of excellence. Mary set the hearts of young women who flocked to join her in their life on fire. She was an inspirational light to many who were living in darkness and continues to do so today. Her wish was for young people to be free, to express themselves, to grow and learn, to be full of life with a sense of optimism and nurturing. Today, St. Mary of the Cross MacKillop lights up our hearts and inspires us to be people of hope, anchored in the love of God. As a Mary MacKillop College community, we recognise, applaud, and celebrate the many gifts, talents, strengths, and achievements of our amazing students for 2020. If Mary were here with us today, she would be a proud patron of the college, I am sure. As I mentioned earlier, 2020 has been a tumultuous year, with challenges aplenty. Whilst these challenges may have cast a shadow or blurred our vision temporarily, the shining lights of MMC have lit the path that has been filled with rich dialogue and encounter. Some examples of these shining lights include record enrolments in the college. We have a full complement of students in the majority of our year levels, and for the first time, we have students on a waiting list. Our Year 12 students successfully adjusting to the new QCE system, being the first Year 12 cohort to graduate with an ATAR in Queensland. We have increased subject offerings and rich, diverse education and training plans for our students. Record numbers of A standard achievements across the college curriculum, and you will see those walking across the stage today. Seemingly overnight, students, staff, and parents transition to online learning, where terms like stream, live chat, Zoom, channels, breakout rooms, plickers, forums, feedback emojis, etc. are now part of our education vernacular. Never again will Teams be just a predominant sports terminology. We reimagined events to bring the life of the college when we were physically separated, and we saw those in the slideshow earlier in our celebration of excellence. Do you remember Mindful Monday, TikTok Tuesday, Workout Wednesday, and Fun Day Friday? In a year that has felt dark for some and has been a series of losses and things being taken away, together we have united, regardless of physical or social distancing, and we have hurdled these challenges with style. Not simply overcoming these challenges by jumping over them. Simply jumping requires a stop in forward momentum. When we hurdle challenges, we clear over the challenge whilst continuing to move forward. We applaud our Mary MacKillop College community for the triumphs of the year. And today, let's clap till our hands become sore to recognise the gifts of our MacKillop women. MacKillop women, you shine.
Indeed, it is true. Dividing the Earth's history into named periods has long been geological practice. Each is recognised by characteristics that distinguish the rocks of one particular age from another. You might be familiar with the names and characteristics of the great geological eras, beginning with the Triassic era, which occurred some 250 million years ago. Coming forward in history to the present day, scientists recently concluded that a new geological era is upon us, beginning not so long ago in the 1950s. They have called it the era of the Anthropocene, the epoch of the human. The rocks that are forming now will contain fewer species than the rocks that preceded them, and they will contain markers that are completely new. Fragments of plastic, plutonium from nuclear activity, and a worldwide distribution of bones, not of dinosaurs, but of domesticated chickens, so prominent in our diets the world over. The Anthropocene could prove to be a uniquely brief period in geological history, one that ends in the ultimate disappearance of human civilization. Or, as David Attenborough urges, the advent of the Anthropocene could yet mark the beginning of a new and sustainable relationship between ourselves and with the planet. In the end, he says, the question of which version of the Anthropocene is about to unfold is up to us. Humans may be ingenious, but they are also quarrelsome. The future of life on Earth really is in our hands. Oh, I hear myself say, I'm just one human being amongst 7.8 billion human beings living on Earth today. What difference can I possibly make that would be of any consequence? The challenges we face are so big, and really, I'm so small. 2020 has shown us that this kind of statement is no longer tenable. 2020 has shown us irrefutably that one person makes all the difference. One person with COVID defying the requirement for quarantine jeopardises the health of all of us. That is a quarrelsome human. One person self-isolating until symptoms pass saves the health of all of us. That's ingenious. It requires giving of ourselves for the benefit of the common good. And it's simple. It is about each and every one of us shining our light so others might have life. A MacKillop education seeks unashamedly to form the human, the MacKillop woman, to be ingenious, imaginative, creative, generous, compassionate and caring. The one who leads others to life, the one who leads our earth to new life. Each MacKillop woman, each of us gathered here today, in person and online, is light for the world. We must shine our light so others around us are inspired likewise to do so. The light is in all of us, not just those who will walk across this stage today. It is in all of us. The light that is in us is symbolised by the tea light candle you find in your seat. I invite you now to hold that tea light carefully in your hands. Turn it on. Keep quiet and hold that gently in the palm of your hand. Hold it quietly in front of you. It's for you. It's your light. Take a moment as you gaze upon that light to realise the great difference you have already made in the world. Take a moment to realise the great difference you will go on to make in the world. I'm going to share with you some ways in which we, people of the world, can make a difference. If you have given blood this year, stand up. If you have planted a tree or a garden this year, please stand and shine your light. Just quietly, gently holding your lights high. If you have rung up your grandparents and told them you love them, stand tall. If you have given up your seat on the train or the bus for someone with greater need than yours, stand tall. Shh. You see, your light is not for us to see you. Your light is so others can see the way. Stand up if you hold a deep commitment to the Black Lives Matters movement. Stand tall if you took part in Earth Hour this year. Stand tall if you refuse to buy bottled water. Stand tall if you have eliminated the use of single-use plastics in your life. If you've donated used clothing. If you held a stall in Jam Week this year. If you've sent a Get Well card to someone who really needs it. If you've used social media to create a positive movement for change and justice. To the people of Mary MacKillop College, we shine our light by being like Mary of the Cross MacKillop, by doing practical acts of kindness for people who are most vulnerable, and by influencing other people to do the same. Look at our shining lights. hold them high. Goodness, love, light, hope cannot be overcome. It is ingenious, it is irresistible, it is the MacKillop imperative to live the truth that one person absolutely can make all the difference in the world. Hold them high and give them away. And please be seated. And I'd ask you, if you would now, just turn your candle off, please. Place it underneath the seat you're sitting on. For in the end and in the beginning, the candle is a symbol. The light burns from within you anyway. Pope Francis has just released his third encyclical. He urges we humans of the Anthropocene epoch to make a critical choice. A choice between what matters and what does not. A choice between continuing to ignore the suffering of the poorest and mistreating our home, the earth, or the choice to commit ourselves at every level to transforming the way we act. St. Mary of the Cross MacKillop likewise leaves us in no doubt as to what we are to do. I'm sure I speak for all of us in saying that we of Mary MacKillop College commit both individually and collectively to being light for the world. It is 2020, and I'm sure you'll join with me in saying that MacKillop women shine.
Thank you, Mrs. Williamson and Mrs. Clark, for your words today. As staff members and parents of Mary MacKillop College, we are privileged to watch the lives of our students unfold every year. We are blessed to watch you strive and reach your goals. This is clearly visible through your commitment to excellence in the sporting and cultural arenas. 2020 has been another exciting year for the arts program here at Mary MacKillop College. And to showcase some of our MMC talent, we now proudly welcome the talented women of Rock Band to the stage. They will perform for us Just a Girl by No Doubt. As they perform, we will look at the year that was in the college arts program.
Don't you think I know exactly where
That was wonderful. Let's give them another big round of applause. Rock band. The college's art courses are designed to inspire, challenge, motivate, guide, and prepare students for a career in the arts, and to provide a range of outlets for creative expression. COVID could not stop the creativity of our MacKillop women, so here is a quick look at how we did this year.
My name is Kiana Ferreira and I am a Year 12 Visual Arts student. The Year 12 Visual Art class studied the concept of art as knowledge. Our main focus was on the cultural or spiritual lens that were formed through the class's immersion to St. Stephen's Cathedral and Goma. Each student's piece is communicated through their personal experiences explored through either a cultural or spiritual context. In result, each Year 12 student has crafted a strong body of work, overall performing exceedingly well.
Hi, my name is Patricia Sharp-Hemiora and I'm a senior drama student in 2020. Drama allows the students to express themselves through their theatrical performances, along with gaining skills of analytical knowledge, confidence, memory, and this year, the senior class manipulated and transformed a classical Shakespearean text to create a contemporarized performance. The class produced high-quality performances such as the traditional text of Othello to a modern-day portrayal in the context of a business workplace environment, using the poetic story of A Midnight Summer's Dream and converting it into a filming of a big Hollywood production. Drama allows us to explore the unknown creativity within our movement and speech. Through drama, we have gained practical life skills, learning in an innovative and artistic way.
Hello, my name is Mia Dwyer and I'm a senior film, television and new media student in 2020. This year, despite the challenges, we have been able to collaborate and explore our creativity through film in Units 3 and 4, focusing on participation and identity. Our Unit 4 film was a stylistic project that allowed us to explore our film identity and personal aesthetic. Unit 4 saw us experimenting with and taking inspiration from different film styles, movements, and auteurs, and we were able to use these to develop our own personal style. It enabled us to tell a story that was close to us through the use of symbolism and metaphors in our personal aesthetic. As film students, we were able to adapt to our situations and experiment with different techniques to create outstanding productions despite all difficulties.
My name is Annie Parry and I am a senior music student in 2020. This year in particular has been interesting for the music world, as the approach to performances and rehearsals has had to be reimagined. But despite some struggle, our talented music students have successfully evolved and defined their skills. Without the typical events such as QCMF, Battle of the Bands, and regular college performances, our music students have used the additional time to experiment with recording in our campus studio, using production software such as Logic to compose and mix their final works. Our senior students entered into established competitions such as Triple J Unearthed. Our musicians have been engaged with their learning in new ways in 2020, and while this year has brought some struggles, our musicians
of vision for the arts. I now invite Ms. Bree Gillies, Program Leader for Music, and Mr. David Richardson, Curriculum Leader of the Arts, to present the Arts Awards.
Today, we recognise students within our arts and culture program who have shown talent, commitment, and dedication in the pursuit of excellence. The following students have not only attended regular rehearsals, but excelled in their application, strived for excellence as a team member, and have been in 2 or more arts groups in 2020. Please hold your applause until all recipients have been announced. Once each of group award winners is on stage, a professional photograph will be taken. This year's Co-Curricular Endeavour Award recipients are Ayak Arop, Leonise Mangalit, Charlotte Phillip, Vashti Hooper, Ashley Singh, Poppy Chapman, Anjali Reddy, Dublin Rose, Alice Simpson, Gabrielle Walters, Mia Dwyer, and Annabelle Parry. Please congratulate and acknowledge the achievements of these students. The Arts Achievement Award will be presented for the first time today. It recognises students in the practical and performing arts who have achieved excellence through representation at a regional, state, or national level within their field. In 2020, the recipients of these awards are Ali Hobel, highly commended Brisbane Portrait Prize; Emily Keith, highly commended QIEU Excellence in Art and Design; Anna McDougall, Honourable Mention Art Gallery of New South Wales Young Archies; Georgia McKay, highly commended Brisbane Portrait Prize; Annabelle Parry, finalist Ipswich Film Festival for Youth; Anjali Reddy, national finalist Videos for Change; and Sasha Storer, finalist Incubator Art and Design Exhibition. Please congratulate these students on their achievements. I invite Mrs. Christine Clark to the stage to present the next Arts Awards. The Service to the Arts Award is presented to a student who makes a significant contribution to our college community through their time, involvement, and dedication to the arts, with a focus on their contribution to the co-curricular program. The recipient of the 2020 Service to the Arts Award is Mia Dwyer. As Mia makes her way to the stage, let's look at the contribution to the arts this year.
Throughout her time at Mary MacKillop College, Mia Dwyer has been making a quiet, consistent contribution to the arts. As a student of film, television and new media and drama, Mia has been a support and mentor to many students. She leads learning in the classroom and assists other students with study. Outside the classroom, Mia assists her peers by contributing to performances and productions wherever she is needed. Mia has consistently volunteered her time to take photographs and videos for the many events around the college. She has also willingly given her time to also offer these skills to assist the wider community. In a first for Mary MacKillop College, Mia was instrumental in assisting with setup, promotion and participation of theatre sports. Mia has constantly been a strong ambassador for the arts, saying yes when asked for help, but also seeking opportunities and taking initiative to offer assistance or solution to the arts.
The Sister Romuald Award is a celebration of the arts. The award is named after past principal, Sister Romuald Lambert, because of her love of the arts and development of it within the college. It is presented to a student who has demonstrated academic excellence in art subjects, involved in multiple activities and groups related to the arts, and someone who has also been involved in one or more arts-related competitions or promotions. The recipient of the Sister Romuald Award for 2020 is Annabelle Parry. As Annie makes her way to the stage, here is a glimpse of her achievements within the arts in 2020.
Annie is a passionate advocate for all things arts. In her senior years, she has studied and achieved highly in 3 arts subjects: music, visual art, and film, TV, and new media. Her work in these subjects has been entered into numerous competitions, including Triple J's Unearthed High for her music, the Archibald Portrait Prize for her visual art, and both the BAFTA and Ipswich Film Festival competitions for her short films. In addition to her arts curriculum studies, Annie is a committed member of the rock band, tech crew, and arts committee. She always strives to better herself in these groups, learning new skills and passing these skills on to younger students in a mentor role. Annie takes it upon herself to always be available for behind-the-scenes work, whether that be filming and taking photos, helping to set up, or stepping up to run events including lunchtime activities.
Please join with me again in congratulating Annie.
In a year where learning has come in many forms, our MacKillop women have continued to demonstrate positive learning habits, productive mental habits form in the background for all of our interactions. Our use of technology has grown this year, as has our ability to think differently and to think creatively. Here is what some of our students have been doing in the classroom this year.
In Japanese, we're doing manga, so we're learning manga anime type things. So right now we're writing out our own manga.
今年はお箸の使い方を習いました。
So for term one, we were exploring the genre of still life art. So just capturing things and forming your own interpretation of just like realism and stuff. And so we painted 2 still life pieces of a fruit.
So for me, I did the mushroom house because when I was little, I was obsessed with like berries and like little mushrooms and stuff, and so that's why I decided to create it.
Oh, well, this is my picture for materials, and we're making a stuffed toy or pillow. And I chose Olaf because I think he's very cute.
The MMC Learning Award is presented to students who attain all A's in application and conduct in terms 1, 2, and 3. Students will demonstrate these learning capabilities in an outstanding manner through their application to the understanding of their own learning and thinking. It now gives me great pleasure to invite Mrs. Sharon Sweeney and Mrs. Rebecca King to present these awards.
Receiving an MMC Learner Award is a distinct honour, and today we acknowledge the following recipients in Year 7. Could I ask you to hold your applause until each group is on stage? Once each small group is on stage, we will take a group photo before announcing the next group. Year 7 MMC Learner Award winners are Audrey Ajakum, Alira Air, Yasmin Aziz, Abigail Bullock, Samantha Bushell, Abby Chardon, Lucy Clines, Jessica Coates-Brooks, Phoebe Davis, Isabella Dickey. Please join me in congratulating the first group of Year 7 winners. Also receiving an MMC Learner Award in Year 7 is Ava Dixon, Charlotte Ferguson, Giselle Grace, Olivia Hobbins, Georgia Howard, Charlotte Hurley, Isabella Jones, Hannah Cohenhan. Please join me in congratulating this group of Year 7 winners. The next group of students receiving an MMC Learner Award in Year 7 are Mackenzie Kirkham, Ira Kumar, Grace Leddy, Abby Macbeth, Isabella Millman, Waverly O'Brien, Maggie O'Keefe, Ruby Payne. Please join me in congratulating this group of Year 7 winners. And our final group of Year 7 award winners are Isabella Robinson, Emily Russell, Amaya Smith, Evie Stanger, Rachel Suarez, Gloria Tham, Ruby Whalen. Congratulations to all our Year 7 MMC Learner Award recipients. I present to you our Year 8 MMC Learner Award winners: Keely Bagnall, Milana Every, Esther Famoana, Madeline Fry, Grace Gallagher, Asha Hanslip, Jessica Knight, and Hannah Markby. Please join me in congratulating the first group of our Year 8 winners. Also receiving an MMC Learner Award in Year 8 is Lucia Martins, Scarlett Mackay, Ruby Millwood, Eliza Muntz, Grace Nolan, Trinity Nolan, Ava Rendell, Jean Sugera, and please join me in congratulating our next group of Year 8 winners. Our final group of Year 8 recipients are Mia Silver Thomas, Sharon Singh, Macy Lee Smedley, Ruby Wakeford, Jade Woolahan, Lily Woolahan, and Isabella Young. Congratulations, Year 8. I present to you our Year 9 MMC Learner Award winners: Eliza Altair, Ella Baxter, Tara Beddington, Georgia Bishop, Shantae Booth, Lugina Castellano, Indy Condon, Evie Dirksen, please join me in congratulating the first group of Year 9 winners. The next Year 9 recipients are Claire Edwards, Lily Hallett, Anastasia Harris, Olive James, Isabella Knowles, Ella McAteer, Tara McAteer, Brianne McCuick-Hook, Morgan Mackay. Please join me in congratulating the second group of our Year 9 winners. Also receiving an MMC Learner Award in Year 9 is Amelia Malloy, Grace Nixon, Tilda Reddy, Sydney Shepherd, Neve Sutton, Tori Thompson, Phoebe Travs, Lillian Weemers. Please congratulate these Year 9 students for their consistent demonstration of productive learning capabilities.
Learning has happened both inside and outside the classroom in 2020. Here is some of what the SLT have learnt this year.
2020 has taught us the importance of personal well-being and understanding all that we still have to be grateful for.
This year has taught me to be resilient and that whatever comes our way, we can overcome it.
This year has taught me to be open-minded, and it's taught me to adapt to my circumstances and make the best of every situation.
This year has taught us that no matter the challenges or struggles along the way, staying positive and resilient enables us to not let those hard times define us.
This year has taught us a lot about the importance of having meaningful conversations with friends and family and the impact of a simple smile.
2020 has taught me to make the best out of the situation and adapt to my goals and values.
We now continue with the MMC Learner Awards in the senior school, and I welcome Mrs. Colleen Leslie to announce these awards and Ms. Di Peachy to present these.
We recognize the following students in Year 10 who today are receiving an MMC Learner Award. Navneet Arora, Caitlin Beddington, Hannah Christensen, Olivia Cruz, Grace Davies, Methny Dewage, Georgia Drew, Bailey Every, Please join me in congratulating the first group of Year 10 winners. The next Year 10 recipients are Evie Francis, Vashti Hooper, Chelsea James, Arpan Kaur, Ganor Kaur, Layla Muntz, Livia Mergatis, Gopika Raj, Ashley Singh, please put your hands together for these students. The following Year 11 and 12 students have consistently demonstrated the learning capabilities of resilience, creativity, curiosity, and self-direction in their thinking and learning. Year 11, Olivia Aloisi, Abby Blansjar, Hannah Brady, Charlie Broad, Grace Burkett, Jasmine Collins, Jewel Diang, Sarah Douglas, Kaylee Fowler, Pema Gossip. Please join with me in congratulating the first group of Year 11 winners. The next Year 11 recipients are Charlotte Hahn, Ellie Hobel, Sophie Innes, Zali James, Hayang Lolilo, Aislinn McCaig Hook, Casey Murnane, Lily Nicholas, Sophie O'Day, Tiana Pollock, please join with me in congratulating the second group. Also receiving an MMC Learner Award in Year 11 are Anjali Reddy, Dublin Rose, Stephanie Rowe, Alice Simpson, Georgia Stachil, Claudia Suter, Chloe Tilley, Gabrielle Walters, Amity Woodward, Jessica Woodward Peachy. Please put your hands together for these Year 11 students. And now the Year 12 MMC Learner Awards. Charlotte Christensen, Poppy Clements, Michaela Corey Muller, Mia Dwyer, Bronte Hobday, Keely Hobday, Charlene Myers, Grace Simpson, Madison Wallace. Please put your hands together for our Year 12 award winners.
Learning in all its forms is an integral component of life at the college. Our belief is that a holistic education is important to the development of strong and capable MacKillop women. Whilst many of our programs were put on hold in 2020, we have seen a gradual return across the past few months with spiritual retreats, excursions, and sport taking place. Today, we are joined by MMC Vocal Attack. They have been led in their endeavours by Ms. Bree Gillies, and they are accompanied today by Mr. Mark Connors. Today, they will perform for us Gate Gate by Brian Tate as we take a look at the life of the college in 2020. Thank you, girls, for that wonderful performance. I now call upon Ms. Lucia Varela and Mr. Gareth Whitaker to present the academic awards from years 7 to 9.
Today we recognise those students from Year 7, 8 and 9 who have achieved very high academic results this year across a range of subjects. Students receive an Academic Excellence Award in Year 7 if they have attained an A standard in at least 8 out of 13 subjects over the year to date. Most Outstanding Student Awards are presented to the highest achieving student in each subject. I ask you to hold your applause until all students are on stage. The recipients of the Academic Awards for Year 7 in 2020 for Most Outstanding Student are Abby Chardon, Drama. Charlotte Hurley, Health, Physical Education and Movement. Ava Levy, Japanese. Olivia Larson, Media Arts. Ruby Whalen, Music. Please congratulate these students. Academic Excellence Awards are presented to Zoe Barnett Pickering, Phoebe Davis, Ali Drake, Montana Evans, Claire Franklin, Mackenzie Kirkham, and Rachel Suarez. Please join me in congratulating our Academic Excellence winners. The next group of students have achieved an Academic Excellence Award along with a Most Outstanding Student Award in at least one subject. Congratulations to Lucy Kleins, Academic Excellence in first place in Design and Technologies. Gretel Davis, Academic Excellence in first place in Design and Technologies, Food Specializations. Lee Ling Dutton, Academic Excellence in first place in Religious Education. Amaya Smith, Academic Excellence in first place in Visual Art. Gloria Tham, Academic Excellence and first place in Design and Technologies, Materials and Technologies Specializations, and Mathematics. Abigail Bullock, Academic Excellence and first place in Digital Technologies, Integrated Media and Science. Emily Russell, Academic Excellence and first place in Economics and Business, English and History. Congratulations to our Year 7 award winners. Equally, we acknowledge the students in Year 8 who have achieved an A standard in at least 8 out of 13 subjects over the year to date to achieve an Academic Excellence Award, and also those who have achieved the highest result within each subject. Again, I ask you to hold your applause until all students are on stage. The recipients of academic awards for Year 8 in 2020 for Most Outstanding Student are Eve Davis, Visual Art, Brianna Eckert, Media Arts, Hannah Markby, Economics and Business, Eliza Muntz, Design and Technologies, Shuri Tomihara, Japanese, please congratulate our first group of our award winners. Academic Excellence Awards are presented to Vidisha Anand, Amber Clark, Jessica Knight, Scarlett McKay, Natasha Montoro, Trinity North, Mia Norton, Sanvi Prasad, Sharon Singh, Holly Tronk, and Lily Woollahan. Please join with me in congratulating these award recipients. The next group of students have achieved an Academic Excellence Award along with a Most Outstanding Student Award in at least one subject. Awards are presented to Grace Gallagher, Academic Excellence and First Place in History. Ava Rendell, Academic Excellence and First Place in Design and Technologies, Food Specializations. Luella Gioni, Academic Excellence and First Place in Japanese and Science. Mia Silva Thomas, Academic Excellence and First Place in Digital Technologies and Religious Education. Jade Woollahan, Academic Excellence and First Place in Design and Technologies, Materials and Technology Specializations, and Health and Physical Education and Movement. Keely Bagnall, Academic Excellence and First Place in Drama, Geography, and Mathematics. Isabella Young, Academic Excellence and First Place in English, Media Arts, and Music. Congratulations to our Year 8 award winners. Moving to the final group in junior school, students receive an Academic Excellence Award in Year 9 if they have attained an A standard in at least 6 out of 8 subjects over the year to date. The recipients of Outstanding Student Awards in Year 9 for Most Outstanding Student are Olive James, French, Jessica Mann, Health and Physical Education, Amelia Malloy, Geography. Lily Podlick, Drama. Tegan Williams, Japanese. Elliot Zhu Franks, Digital Technologies. Academic Excellence Awards goes to Faye Barreto. Lugina Castellano. And Grace Nixon. Please join with me in congratulating our first group of Year 9 award winners. The next group of students have achieved an Academic Excellence Award along with a Most Outstanding Student Award in at least one subject. The recipients are Tara Bettington, Academic Excellence and First Place in Mathematics. Indy Condon, Academic Excellence and First Place in Religious Education. Isabella Knowles, Academic Excellence and First Place in Design Technologies, Materials Specializations. Tara McAteer, Academic Excellence and First Place in Economics and Business. Neve Sutton, Academic Excellence and First Place in Design Technologies, Food Specializations, and Health and Physical Education and Movement. Brianne McHugh-Hook, Academic Excellence and First Place in Design Technologies, Music, and Science. Phoebe Traves, Academic Excellence and First Place in English, History, Media Arts, and Visual Art. Congratulations to our Year 9 award winners. As a college, we would now like to commend those Year 10 and 11 students who have achieved academic excellence. Miss Andrea Hickey will announce the Year 10 and 11 academic awards for 2020. These awards will be presented by Mrs. Katrina Duff.
Today we commend and acknowledge the academic achievement of students in Year 10. Students in Year 10 attain an Academic Excellence Award for achieving at least 6 A's out of 8 subjects. I ask that you hold your applause until all students are on stage. We acknowledge the following students who have achieved excellence this year in their subjects. Navneet Arora, Most Outstanding Student in Design and Technologies Food Specialisation. Jada Barnes, Most Outstanding Student in Media Arts. Grace Davies, Most Outstanding Student in Health, Physical Education and Movement. Ava Davis, Most Outstanding Student in Drama. Amy Good, Most Outstanding Student in General Mathematics. Anna McDougall, Most Outstanding Student in Visual Art. Holly O'Farrell, Most Outstanding Student in Religious Education. Sienna Prebino, Most Outstanding Students in Music. Abby Rotondo, Most Outstanding Student in General Mathematics. And Zali Tompkins, Most Outstanding Student in Drama. We also acknowledge the following student receiving an Academic Excellence Award, Naomi Dufour. Please join me in congratulating all of these students. The next group of students have achieved an Academic Excellence Award, along with the Most Outstanding Student Award in at least one subject. Today's recipients are Hannah Christensen, Academic Excellence and First place in Health and Physical Education. Georgia Drew, Academic Excellence and First Place in Digital Technologies. Layla Munns, Academic Excellence and First Place in Design and Technologies. Aoife Hickey, Academic Excellence and First Place in History and Japanese. Emily Hurley, Academic Excellence and First Place in Economics and Business and Mathematical Methods. Ashley Singh, Academic Excellence and First Place in Media Arts and Religious Education. Chelsea James, Academic Excellence and First Place in English, Geography and Science. Please join in congratulating our second group of Year 10 award winners. We will now recognise the academic achievements of students in Year 11. Year 11 students are required to achieve at least 4 A's out of 6 subjects to attain an Academic Excellence Award. We acknowledge the following students in Year 11 who have achieved academic excellence this year. The recipients of Most Outstanding Student Award are Olivia Aloisi for Certificate 3 in Health Services Assistance, Hannah Brady for Essential English, Jasmine Christie for Film, Television and New Media, Jewel Diang for Design, Jamie Eckert for Certificate 3 in Business, Kaylee Fowler for Physical Education, Charlotte Hahn for Business, Ellie Hobble for Visual Art, Amber Otway for Biology, Frankie Warden for Essential Mathematics, and Sophie Innes for Japanese and Certificate 3 in Christian Ministry and Theology. Please join me in congratulating these students. The following students receive an Academic Excellence Award for their achievements this year. Abby Blansjar and Zara Martins. Please join me in congratulating these students. The next group have achieved Academic Excellence Award along with the Most Outstanding Student Award in at least one subject. The recipients are Sarah Douglas for Academic Excellence and First Place in English, Pema Gossip for Academic Excellence and First Place in Physics, Diljot Kaur for Academic Excellence and First Place in Study of Religion, Hayang Lo Lilo for Academic Excellence and First Place in Visual Arts in Practice, Casey Murnane for Academic Excellence and First Place in Modern History, Anjali Reddy for Academic Excellence and First Place in Film, Television and New Media, Sophie O'Day for Academic Excellence and First Place in Chemistry, Mathematical Methods and Specialist Mathematics, Dublin Rose for for Academic Excellence and First Place in Geography, Music and Religion and Ethics, and Alice Simpson for Academic Excellence and First Place in Drama, English, Film, Television and New Media, and General Mathematics. Can we congratulate all our Year 11 award winners? I now invite Ms. Ursula Witham-Young, Deputy Principal Students, and Dr. Andrew Papademos, representing the Business School from the Australian Catholic University, to present our Year 12 academic award winners.
Today, it gives me great pleasure to present the Most Outstanding Student Award to the following students who have achieved the highest A results in their respective subjects. This year, ACU School of Business has kindly sponsored the Business Award for the top students in Year 10, 11 and 12 Business. We are joined by Dr. Andrew Papademos, who will present the Year 12 awards. The Year 12 Most Outstanding Student Award recipients are Charlotte Christensen for Physical Education, Kiana Ferreira for Design, Chloe Hayden for Physical Education, Sinead Kwan for Psychology, Ella Nixon for Drama, Patria Sharp Hamiora for Certificate 2 in Skills for Work and Vocational Pathways and Certificate 2 in Tourism, Zalaika Sultan for Japanese, Mia Dwyer for Drama and Film, Television and New Media, Amy Story for Essential English and Essential Mathematics. Please congratulate these students. In Year 12, students who achieve academic excellence are awarded the prestigious MacKillop Medallion. This medallion represents the significant dedication and commitment shown by the following Year 12 students in achieving at least 4 A results in the subjects in the year to date. The 2020 MacKillop Medallion recipients are Sasha Storer, Bronte Hobday, and also receiving first place in the Certificate 3 in Christian Ministry and Theology, Georgia McKay, and also receiving first place in Visual Arts, Charlene Myers, and also receiving first place in Religion and Ethics, Poppy Clemens, and also receiving first place in Chemistry and Specialist Mathematics, Annabelle Parry, and also receiving first place in Film, Television and New Media and Music, Madison Wallace, and also receiving first place in Biology and General Mathematics, Rahik Abdul Hamid, and also receiving first place in Biology, Mathematical Methods and Physics, Keely Hobday, and also receiving first place in Biology, Business and English, Grace Simpson, and also receiving first place in English, Geography, General Mathematics, Modern History and Study of Religion. Please put your hands together for these Year 12 academic award winners. The next award is the Vocational Education and Training Pathway Award. VET provides our students with opportunities to develop workplace-specific skills and knowledge. This award is presented to a student based on exemplary attendance at their workplace, the highest level of completed certification, and the number of qualifications completed or working towards completion. The Vocational Education and Training Pathway Award goes to Claire Carmody. Our final academic award is the Learning Growth Award. This acknowledges students whose commitment to their studies has resulted in the most significant learning growth. The Learning Growth Award recipients are Year 7, Abby Sterling. Year 8, Taylor Hickey and Hannah Markby. Year 9, Luigina Costellano. Year 10, Grace Davies. Year 11, Lily Nichols. And Year 12, Rahik Abdul Hamid and Poppy Clemens. Please congratulate these outstanding young women.
Every day is a good day to encourage our girls in sport. Competitive or non-competitive, sport is a valuable extension of their everyday learning. Sport instills teamwork, patience, cooperation, all important lifelong skills. MMC Sport instills grace, kindness, friendship, and fun in a supportive, safe environment. This year has given the sports department time to reflect, to learn, and to plan. With more specialised coaching staff and cemented partnerships, our girls are being offered excellent opportunities with committed clubs, including our new alliances with Athena Cheer Academy, Brenton Wilson Athletics, Nudgee College Swimming, and Football Star Academy. MMC Sport commends our girls for their enthusiasm in our return to sport and acknowledges the dedicated students that have contributed to the success of sport this year. I now invite Mrs. Heidi McGregor and Mr. Daniel Luck to present these sports awards.
Today we are presenting the Sports Endeavour Award in lieu of our usual Sporting Excellence Award, as this award acknowledges students who in 2020, in the limited seasons we have had, have been involved in either the cross-country or swim team and participated in either trimester 1 or 3 sport, all with a greater than 80% commitment to training. Today, the Sports Endeavour Awards recipients are Year 7, Bethany Doran, Waverley O'Brien, Ella Sweeney. Year 8, Tia Rose Blackwell, Amber Clark. Year 9, Tilda Reddy, Neve Sutton, Year 10, Louisa Cameron, Brianna Christie, Naomi DeFore. Year 12, Lily Biddle, Michaela Hewson. Can you please congratulate these award recipients? following awards recognise individual achievement in a CASA representative sport. The recipients of these awards in 2020 are swimming, most valuable contributor, Brianna Christie and Grace Davies. Best individual performance, Naomi Dufour. Cross country, most valuable contributor, Sophie O'Day. Best individual performance, Ali Drake. Please congratulate these award recipients. This year, much of the representative sports season was cancelled or postponed due to COVID-19. This year, in place of the acknowledgement of Met North, Queensland and Australian representatives, we present the 2020 Sports Achievement Award, which showcases student success within and outside the college. The 2020 Sports Achievement Award recipients are Keely Bagnall, netball; Amira Baddy, netball; Willow Beenders, netball; Lily Biddle, dance; Ella Cruz, skipping; Bethany Doran, softball; Naomi Dufour, swimming; Sarah Dyson, dance; Jade Edwards, fizzy; Kaylee Fowler, netball; Charlotte Hurley, trampolining; Emma Kelsey, surf lifesaving. Please join with me in congratulating our first round of award recipients. Mila Kemp, Australian Rules Football; Indigo Rose Lawson, squash; Jessica Mann, futsal; Hannah Markby, Australian Rules Football; Tara McAteer, Irish dancing; Melody North, skipping; Trinity North, skipping; Jalila Riley Georgetown, rugby league; Riley Robinson Williams, softball; Kian Thompson, futsal. Can we please congratulate these award recipients? We now present our Service to Sports Award. This award is a discretionary award presented to a Year 12 student who has made a significant, meaningful and lasting contribution to the Mary MacKillop College sporting community through their time, involvement and dedication. Today we were to be privileged to have with us Lakeisha Patterson, a Paralympic athlete who has represented Australia in swimming at the Commonwealth Games, World Swimming Championships and the Pan Pacific Championships. Unfortunately, due to ill health, Lakeisha is unable to join us today. In her place, I would like to invite Mrs. Christine Clark onto the stage to present this award with Mrs. McGregor. The 2020 Service to Sports Award goes to Michaela Hewson. Here is a glimpse of Michaela's contribution to the Mary MacKillop College community this year.
Sport at MMC is more than just competition. At the heart of our belief is inclusivity and enjoyment. The winner of this year's Sporting Service Award made it her goal to reach as many students as she could this year and promote the message of MMC sport. This year's events made this very challenging to achieve, but she continued to spread her message regardless. Through online videos and information during lockdown, encouraging lunchtime activities, supporting the sport charity Pushing Barriers, which focuses on refugee inclusion in sport, to personally participating in as many MMC opportunities as possible, she has kept MMC sport alive and ready. Congratulations to this year's Sporting Service Award recipient, Michaela Hewson.
Please join with me in congratulating Michaela once more. Thank you, Michaela. I now invite Mrs. Tracy Williamson and Fiona Bottrell forward to present the Service and House Awards.
The saying, "never see a need without doing something about it," emulates Mary MacKillop's approach to service. Mary was a woman of compassion who welcomed the marginalised, educated the poor, and was committed to social justice. Social justice is a significant part of our mission and pastoral lives at Mary MacKillop College. The Mary MacKillop Service Award has been developed to acknowledge students who are making significant contributions to our school community and to the wider community throughout their time, involvement, and dedication. The recipients of this award have demonstrated service, which has made a lasting or meaningful contribution or impact on the school and or wider community. This year, Annika Wells, representative for Lily, has donated the Year 7 award. The Mary MacKillop Service Award recipients are Year 7, Hannah Kernahan. Year 8, Macy Lee Smedley. Year 9, Lily Hallett. Year 10, Chelsea James. Year 11, Ruby Tyrrell. The Year 12 Service Awards goes to the students of the MMC Cafe for their dedication and commitment over the past 2 years to the Shed Coffee Shop. Michaela Corrie-Muller, Bronte Hobday, Keely Hobday, Charlene Myers, Grace Simpson, and Madison Wallace. Please join me in congratulating our Service Award recipients. This is the first year the prestigious House Awards have been presented at the Celebration of Excellence. This award is based on staff and student nominations and reflects students within each house who uphold their house values and do the ordinary things extraordinarily well. Starting with Fitzroy, the Pride of Fitzroy Award for Year 7 goes to Mackenzie Kirkham. Year 8, Ruby Wakeford. Year 9, Zoe Coogan. Year 10, Emily Hurley. Year 11, Isabella Rogers. And Year 12, Georgia Walker. Our Pride of Fitzroy winners for 2020, please congratulate them again. Next, the Heart of McCormack Award winners are Year 7, Chelsea Barclay. Year 8, Willow Drew. Year 9, Sophia McNeil. Year 10, Linda Toto. Year 11, Sarah Pobji. And Year 12, Annabelle Parry. Thank you to our 2020 Heart of McCormack Award winners. Finally, the Spirit of Penola Award winners are Year 7, Olivia Larson. Year 8, Tia Rose Blackwell. Year 9, Brianne McCuey Hook. Year 10, Bailey Every. Year 11, Gabrielle Waters. Gabrielle Walters. Year 12, Prachi Patel. Now, girls, together in a united front, can we please recognise the 2020 Spirit of Penola Award winners? I now invite Mrs. Christine Clark, College Principal, to come forward to announce the awards of distinction.
Thank you indeed. It's been a long haul today, but so worth it because there are so many wonderful MacKillop women here with us today. Let me commence with the much coveted Sisters of St Joseph House Shield for 2020. Drum roll, please. All right. The 2020 Sisters of St Joseph House Shield is awarded to Penola House. Could I please invite Michaela Corrie-Muller and Bronte Hobday to come forward on behalf of Penola. Big congratulations to Penola House. I now invite forward our local member for Nudgee, Ms Leanne Leonard, to present the Australian Defence Force Awards for 2020. Please make Leanne very welcome. The first Australian Defence Force Award is the Future Innovators Award. This award recognises students in years 10 and 12 who demonstrate motivation and innovation in the science, technology, engineering and mathematics learning areas. This award also recognises those who display strong personal ethical values such as doing one's best no matter what. I am pleased to announce that this year's recipients of this award in Year 10, Georgia Drew. And in Year 12, Rahiq Abdul Hamid. Congratulations, girls. The next ADFA award is the Longtan Youth Leadership and Teamwork Award that recognises students in years 10 and 12 who demonstrate leadership and teamwork both within the school and in the broader community. I am pleased to announce that this year's recipients of the Long Tan Awards are, in Year 10, Grace Davies. And in Year 12, Ella Nixon. Congratulations. It is a great honour and blessing now to recognise our college captains of 2020. Would you please welcome forward and congratulate them for their most wonderful commitment to our college community, Madison Wallace and Poppy Clements. Congratulations and thank you so much to Poppy and Madison. And so we come to the 2020 Mary MacKillop College Prize of Honour. It is our most prized award. The Mary MacKillop College Prize of Honour recipient epitomises for all of us what it is to be a MacKillop woman. It is awarded to a student who has demonstrated outstanding conduct, application, learning progress and performance. It is presented to a student who during her time at the college has demonstrated her commitment to the Josephite ethos of the college by her interactions with staff, students and the broader community. She is a MacKillop woman who has promoted school spirit, created school spirit, applied herself to her studies, and tried so very hard and so successfully to be as St. Mary of the Cross MacKillop herself. The Prize of Honour for 2020 is awarded to Michaela Corrie Muller.
The Prize of Honour for 2020 is awarded to Michaela Corrie Muller. Since beginning at Mary MacKillop College in 2015 as a Year 7 student, Michaela has demonstrated relentless commitment to the MacKillop ethos and spirit of service. Michaela brings abundant positivity to the community and she promotes school spirit by being heavily involved and committed to the college life. As Penola House Captain in 2020, Michaela has shown tremendous fortitude to maintain house spirit and connections. Her leadership is commendable. In her studies, Michaela's application and conduct has been outstanding. Michaela's impressive attendance percentages have assisted her to achieve strong academic results across all of her subjects. Through her words and actions, Michaela epitomises the MacKillop woman. Please join me in congratulating Michaela.
Congratulations, Michaela. And now to conclude our celebration for 2020, we invite the College Rock Band to the stage to perform The Dreams by the Cranberries. Please make the rock band really welcome.
As we farewell you today, we acknowledge all those who have contributed to the success of Mary MacKillop College in 2020.
We remember our call to be women of dignity, equality, and trust, and continue to be inspired by our Celtic crest, walking forward with courage. Today we leave you with this blessing.
The blessings of the sun, the blessings of the moon, the blessings of the east and of the west, to guide us on the way, to lighten our eyes, to strengthen our will and our loving.
The blessings of the earth, the blessings of the air, the blessings of fire and water, to fill us with heaven, to free us with mercy, to stir us with flames of compassion.
Thank you all for being with us today. Once again, thank you to all who have contributed to the success of this event and for you who are a part of the MMC community. Parents and Year 12 students who are departing from the venue today, can we ask that you depart at the rear of the conference hall, and we remind you to sign out on your way out. If you wish to remain and take some photos with the professional photographer, you are invited to do this once the other students have moved to the buses. Ms. Hickey will now give instructions for the dismissal of house groups, and we ask that all students in years 7 to 11 remain seated. Once again, thank you for your time.